What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. It feels a little bit weird. I will say it's probably been a couple weeks, if not maybe a full month, from when I've actually picked up the full size big camera, gotten on here, vlogged a full day of eating, a workout, all that good stuff. Well, I can tell you for a fact it's been a very long time since the actual workout because I've been going through a hernia recovery or hernia surgery in recovery, plus traveling to Japan, plus getting sick. I do apologize, my voice can be nasally today. I've been getting over a little bit of a cold, so this morning we're gonna have some emergency along with some other kind of just like general cold symptom medicine. Yeah, medicine, you can call it medicine. Then we're also gonna have breakfast. And so I'm not very hungry right now because of the cold and just like my appetite's a little bit lower in general. It's been kind of low since surgery, honestly. My weight's kind of dropped down. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But breakfast, nothing too crazy. We're gonna have a protein bar. So this is the Transparent Labs grass-fed protein bar. And we're gonna also have 2 Greek yogurts. So one of these, I can show you. Or they're both Oikos, but one is mixed berry, one is blueberry. And then since we are leaving for Florida in about 2 days, I have a lot of kiwis to eat. So I've got, oh gosh, I don't even know how many that is. 9 kiwis? So I'm gonna have 4 this morning because we gotta get rid of them before we leave or else they'll go bad. And the bananas I'm just gonna freeze. If you guys saw those, those are going in the freezer because I will not be eating, what is that? 8 bananas in the next 2 days. So we got 4 kiwis. We're gonna do our 2 Greek yogurts, our protein bar, our emergency, and then also just some lozenges. What are they called? Lozenges? Something for the throat. I think they're these things. Sepicol. Let's see. Yeah, these Sepicol things. Lozenges for the throat. Just because even though I feel physically better, because we will be working out today, I still have like a lingering just kind of like sinus congestions, things like that. But we're gonna have breakfast. Also, I did go ahead and track the macros. This will be a full day of eating for you guys, as well as a little bit of like a kind of a life update before I do start a official series in the new year of like the rebuild series. I haven't really come up with a actual title for that yet, but basically my goal is to kind of rebuild as much muscle as I can that I lost from being out of the gym, having surgery, not being able to train for about 4 months. And then before I go into like a summer cut again. But let's see, so this meal comes out to be 624 calories. It is 84 grams of carbs, 16 grams of fat, and then 48 grams of protein. Goal for protein, at least 150 grams every day. That's like bare minimum. Typically I'm close to like 170, 180, maybe even 200, depending on how many calories I'm able to consume. But I'm kind of eating to my appetite right now, hoping my weight slowly comes back up over time. But the most important thing is getting back in the gym and being consistent with that. So we're gonna go ahead, eat this, do a little bit of computer work, and I'm gonna meet my little brother at the gym, and he might help me film some clips, but I'm definitely gonna give you guys a physique update, which I'm very hesitant about, so no judgment there. It's been 4 months of no training. I've dropped about 10 pounds, which is unfortunate, but it is the reality of it. I keep thinking like this is the reason I made this channel, to show you like what it's like to go through. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but it's my experience. So I'll go through all that post-workout and I'll continue with the full day of eating. But that's breakfast. I'll see you guys at the gym.
We gon' break up, then we make up, act like we're gonna be friends. There's the fire, take me higher, leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again. We gon' break up, then we make up, act like we're gonna be friends. There's the fire, take me higher, leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, 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 again. the fire, take me higher, leave it all over again, all over again.
Just finished up the workout with Ben. So my little brother actually was helping me film today a little bit. And also he's done workouts with me the last couple days as we he's been back from school, as I've been getting back into the gym. But just kind of a quick update. I definitely will, as I mentioned, be doing like a full, I think in the new year after Christmas, immediately start kind of like just to hold myself accountable as well. A like weekly series, kind of like a prep series, kind of like the summer shred, but more so like a recomp or a building phase, which more of a recomp because I've never been in the position where I can truly do like a recomp, right? Typically recomps are for those that have never trained before, those that have extremely high body fat percentages so they can kind of build muscle as they lose body fat just because how much energy and like stored body fat they have, or if you're coming back from a long-term injury or a sustained time off from the gym. And I'm going on just over 4 months, I think now, without a proper routine training consistency because back in, gosh, I'm so bad with dates, Katie would kill me, but she also knows how bad I am. I think it was middle of August is when we went to Charleston. And in Charleston on vacation was when I had Katie, my badass girlfriend PA, diagnose me with the hernia, which we then later confirmed with my dad as well as a specialist who ended up being, a surgeon who ended up doing my surgery as well. So basically it started like mid-August was when I was kind of like diagnosed or knew I had a hernia. So I had to pull back my training because the worst thing you want to do or the last thing you want to do is basically aggravate the hernia where it can become strangulated, I believe is the word. So it basically, if you have a hernia and it's basically poking through some like mesh through your abdominal wall, what can happen is it can kind of poke out and then it can actually get stuck and it get twisted and kind of get strangled and then you have to have emergency surgery. So I wanted to avoid that, but I still wanted to work out. So basically a month from when I was diagnosed leading up to the surgery, it's probably about 2.5 weeks. I was kind of working out, if you guys watch the channel, but I wasn't really like pushing myself very hard. I was doing all machines. I was kind of taking it easy, which is not typically how I like to train. So I kind of got a little bit demotivated. And I had the actual surgery. And that's one thing I noticed today too. When I was posing, my abdominal region is still very tight. I still need to do like work on my mobility. I'm sure that will come with time, but I was incapacitated, could not move, walk, really do anything for about a week. And then after the initial week post-surgery, that I could kind of walk a little bit, but I could not lift any weights for 8 weeks. So basically it was like about 3 weeks pre-surgery, 8 weeks post-surgery, and then as soon as I was cleared to go back to the gym, I had 1 week, and then I went to Japan for 2 weeks. So that's another 3 weeks. So what is that now? Like, what is that? 8, 6, 14 weeks. Went to Japan for 2 weeks, and then came back, got in the gym for a couple days, got sick, hence why we have the nasally voice today. And now I'm just kind of like, but I was so pumped. I was so excited to get back from Japan, get back to the gym, was going nearly every day, but sometimes it was just like some cardio to make sure my volume's still there. Then I got sick, and now we're about to go to Florida for a week, which I will still definitely be doing some sort of exercise in Florida. I'm not sure if we have like a gym close by. If I can find one, amazing. If not, maybe just some push-ups, pull-ups, stay active, things like that. But yeah, basically it's been coming up on, I would say, about 4 months now of zero training, how I want to. Sometimes just no training whatsoever, and other times very minimal here and there just to, I don't know, stay sane. And for those 8 weeks while I was recovering from surgery, it was a mental battle, honestly, more than anything. The fact that I physically couldn't do what I wanted to, that restriction just gave me more and more kind of like appreciation for being able to do what I currently do as far as like training, staying healthy, but also realize like how much I never want to be in that position when I get older. When I'm in my 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, I never want to be restricted because I physically can't do something. So as much as like short-term goals, I want to look better, build more muscle, get leaner, all that kind of stuff, I know for a fact, like it's more so setting me up for success in the long term of, yeah, maybe I won't be bodybuilding or doing bodybuilding style workouts when I'm 60 and 70 years old, but the habits I build now, the muscle I build now, the routine I build now will carry over for the rest of my life. And I just realized like until you truly are restricted and it's out of your control, like a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm just too busy, I can't make time for it, it's not a priority. When you are truly like, you don't even have the option to make it a priority. That's when you kind of find out like, oh shit, like my health is the number one thing in my life. And unfortunately, a lot of people have to experience that to realize how much they need to take care of themselves. But enough about that. I could talk about that all day. But yeah, so my update, about 4 months, almost to the day, because it is, let's see, December 12th, so that'd be mid-August to mid-September, mid-October, mid-November, mid-December. Yeah, so about 4 months and a little bit of change because I'll be going to Florida, so can't really, I'm still kind of on a program, but a loose program. But as soon as we
get back from Florida. I'm not using Christmas as an excuse. I'm going to get right back into it because I think we're back the 21st or 22nd, and I have my apartment gym that I have access to 24/7, so I'm not taking time off for Christmas. I'm going to get back in a routine, probably 4 or 5 days a week. I'm kind of still undecided on that, whether I do like, because right now I'm doing upper, lower, push, pull, lower, so 5-day split. Or I might go to a straight up upper lower split, just 4 days a week as I kind of get back into things and do this recomp where I'm not trying to necessarily like lose body fat, but I know by naturally getting back in the gym, clean up my diet a little bit, that I probably might lose a little bit of body fat and be able to build some muscle. Because right now I'm sitting at like 163, 164, and pre-surgery I was like 164, but much, much leaner with a lot more muscle. So I kind of have gained a little bit of fat and lost a little bit of muscle over the last 4 months of not training. I mean, no shit, right? So my goal is to get back in a good routine, make sure that I have the consistency I'm looking for, and just stay healthy. I know if I can keep myself healthy, I can continue to make progress into the new year. And then we have a vacation, I mean, I think end of June, and that's the only thing I have in my sights as far as like, I'll be building for January, February, March, April, maybe even to May, depending on how lean I am. And then I'll go ahead and do like a maybe 8-week cut before that vacation. But until then, it's all about just getting back in the routine and the appreciation of being able to train, which I know will have me just very consistent, not missing a single workout in 2025, considering I missed the last 4 months of 2024. Yeah, that's a quick update. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Like I said, this is still gonna be a full day of eating. I know that was a little bit of a long conversation, but I'll definitely touch on more of this when I start the series of like my rebuild series or my comeback or recomp, whatever it is. But this is the first time I've ever been in a stage to recomp. Typically like in an intermediate to advanced, they'll never just like recomp. They need to either focus on building muscle, and if a little bit of fat comes with that, or they need to focus on losing fat, and if they build a little bit of muscle, then it's good. But now I'm in a phase where I've never been detrained or out of training for more than 4 months, my entire like life essentially, and I'm in a good spot where a recomp actually makes sense for me in this situation for the next couple months. But then by the end of the recomp phase, let's say 3 or 4 months, then I'll get back to either bulking or cutting or maintaining, rather than kind of like a true recomp like I'm trying to do now. But I'll document the whole thing for you guys. But yeah, I know it's a full day of eating, so I'll catch you guys at home for a post-workout meal. Not sure we're gonna eat yet. Appetite is still low with the sickness, so we'll go home and see what we have in the fridge that we need to clear out before we leave for Florida. But yeah, it's a quick update. I'll definitely expand on that more and everything in the recomp series. I'll start, like I said, when I come back. I'll probably film the first episode the week of Christmas. So I'll come out right in the new year, and I'll kind of have a weekly series going along the way of more like vlog style. And then I'll also have some informative content all about like fat loss, New Year's resolutions, workouts, things like that in the channel too, just kind of in combination with those vlogs. But without further ado, let's head home. Sorry for the what's what I call it, the spitballing or just like the yapping, but yeah, if you know me, that's kind of part of the channel. So I'll see you guys at home. Made it back home, and for our post-workout meal, it's gonna be, well, actually it's not too crazy. It's gonna be a protein shake, eggs, and toast. But we do have a lot of eggs I need to get rid of, so we're gonna do 4 eggs. I do have a whole other carton in there that I need to get rid of. I'm trying to think, I know eggs kind of last a long time, but I don't know if hard boiling them would make them last longer. So maybe if we do have some leftover eggs like tomorrow night before we head out, maybe I'll hard boil some eggs, or maybe just wake up a little bit earlier and have some eggs before we head out on Saturday morning. I'm gonna do 4 whole eggs, pasture raised, just from Trader Joe's. 4 eggs. We have a little bit of bread left. It's literally just the butt ends of Dave's Killer Bread. It's literally just the 2 butt ends. So I'm probably call this like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 slices, since they're a lot thinner and they aren't as thick as the actual bigger whole slices. So probably call it like 1.5 servings of toast. And we can be making our protein shake. So protein wise, we're going with the, of course, Transparent Labs. This is the milk chocolate, comes in the big tub. I wish they made dark chocolate in the big tub, but right now it's just, I think like milk chocolate and vanilla are in the big tubs. Code Perez saves you 10% all Transparent Labs products. Also, we're gonna have some creatine, not in the shake on its own. I just dry scoop that or mix in some water. In the shake though, we're gonna have some peanut butter. We got some creamy, natural peanut butter. These are just dried roasted peanuts, no oils, anything like that. A little bit of almond milk, and then we need bananas. But I did, unfortunately, we ran out of frozen bananas. So these are actually just peeled and put in the freezer. So I'm gonna peel one of these or pull one of these out, put it in the shake. Normally I like to have the frozen banana, kind of gives it more of like a frozen fruit smoothie texture. But in this case, it's gonna have to be a lightly frozen banana, since I just peeled those and put those in this morning. But without further ado, I'm gonna go whip up all this. I'll show you guys the final product and read over the macros, but we have a smoothie to make, eggs to cook. And just like that, breakfast is served. Well, not breakfast, post-workout meal. I just saw the eggs. I was like, oh, breakfast. We've got our 4 scrambled eggs. We've got 2 pieces of toast, well, the butt ends of toast, as well as our protein shake. In that is 20 grams of peanut butter. I don't think I specified that, but that's the one thing I'm weighing out right now is peanut butter, just because peanut butter is so calorie dense. If you're like having 20 grams versus 30 grams, that's a couple hundred calories. Oh, I thought that was making a noise. But the macros for this meal come out to be, I think it's like right around 900. Let me double check. Okay. Okay, so it's about 800. So 854 calories. And then it is 61 grams of carbs, 31 grams of fat, and 90 grams of protein. The majority of the protein coming in the protein shake. This is 60 grams right here. And of course, a little bit in the eggs and the bread, but the vast majority is just 2 scoops of protein. In here, it's gonna be 60 grams in and of itself. So that's gonna be the vast majority of the protein. Everything else is obviously some eggs, eat those up. I don't really like eggs when I have a cold, or like when I don't know, something about like my appetite's lower. I don't like eggs, but my appetite's high. I love eggs, like I want a ton. Right now I'm indifferent. Normally I do them over easy. So I was like, oh, if I scramble them up, maybe I change things up. Make sure I don't overcook them, because I overcook eggs, it can like rubbery and I hate it. So make sure to hopefully not overcook those. And yeah, that's gonna be our meal. I'm gonna watch some Good Mythical Morning, and then I've got just like the entire afternoon from basically like 2 p.m. on. It's just calls with clients and client work. So it's gonna be a very busy afternoon. I'll touch with you guys when I have maybe like a snack or a meal later today, but that is post-workout meal. See you the next one. Quick update, I've just been drinking a bunch of water, but decided to change it up and go with some tea, hopefully break up some of the kind of the mucus that's still in like the back of my throat, my nasal cavities, something like that. But basically it's really, really hot water with some peppermint tea. I'll actually go ahead and show you guys what it is, because it is elite. If you're ever at Trader Joe's during the holiday season is when they sell it. It is this peppermint tea, and I love it so much I stock up on it for the year. But it's this peppermint candy cane green tea. So yeah, candy cane green tea, decaffeinated, so no caffeine in there. It is amazing. It has a little bit of a minty taste, a little bit of sweetness, but still like a green tea at its base, and highly recommend. I'll have 1 or 2 cups a day right now just with my cold, so that's what I'm sipping on right now. No real calories in there. Occasional add some honey. I did not add any honey to this cup, but sometimes if I am feeling a little bit more sweetness, I'll add a little bit of honey in there, a drizzle or 2. But yeah, this is just gonna be some green tea. Got some more work to do, and I'll be having dinner. Let's see what I've got calls. 4, 5:30, 6:30. Probably a little bit later of a dinner around 7 o'clock tonight, and then get some steps in afterwards. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. I might have a snack at some point, maybe apple string cheese, because I think we have a couple apples I need to eat before we leave. I'll keep you guys posted when I have that. But yeah, just a quick update, changing things up from water, having some tea. And I also did have my supplements this morning, which I don't think I showed you guys. I just want to show you everything I consume in the day. So we got some tea on deck at about 3:52, a couple minutes before another call. Time for a snack. In between calls, we're gonna have an apple, Honeycrisp apple, the best in the game, the only one you should ever buy, and nothing else even competes, and then a cheese stick. So we've got 3 cheese sticks left before we leave, but Katie has one more shift tomorrow on Friday, and she typically brings 2 cheese sticks. I'm gonna leave her 2, just have 1. When normally I had 2 or 3 of these because they're delicious, they bring back childhood memories, and they're packed with protein. One of these is 8 grams of protein. So between these, this is 60 calories, 8 grams of protein. This, I just call basically 25 grams of carbs, just straight up 100 calories. So 160 calorie snack, 8 grams of protein. Add that to the daily total. I'll see you guys at dinner. Time for dinner, our 4th and final meal of the day. We've got some pasta, meat sauce, basically protein pasta. I call it my protein meat sauce, and some broccoli. Be high on vegetables. We've got 2 servings of broccoli, just thrown in the air fryer. And what I throw on it, just a little bit of olive oil spray. Because if you use like drizzle olive oil, it's a lot of calories. But this guy right here, this olive oil spray, Trader Joe's, do like a quick little spray before it goes in. Air fry, I do like 325 for I think like 6 minutes, and it gets a nice little crisp to them. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. But obviously you can cook them longer, shorter, whatever your preference is, but I think the air fryer adds a nice crunch to it. And as far as our protein pasta, so I already had the meat sauce, or I actually had the ground beef already made. So all we did was take 96.4 ground beef. I cook up like 2 or 3 pounds at a time, divide it up into containers. So this is half a pound or 8 ounces raw. And I already have it pre-portioned, so it's like cooked, but it was raw at one point when I measured it. We add a cup of our red sauce. This is, I don't even know what this is, tomato basil. I'll say whatever red sauce was in the fridge that Katie was using. Then also some bonza pasta. We did 1 serving of the bonza pasta, chickpea pasta, which is some shells, is the shape. So all we did was cook up the shells, took about 10 minutes. And obviously while we were doing that, we cooked up the broccoli, cleaned up the kitchen a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. We need to do that before we leave. And yeah, that's our meal. Also, I already have the dessert planned out. We have a Yasso bar. Hope you guys can see this. It is, boom, the cookies and cream Yasso bar. It says creamy indulgence for goodness sake. But yeah, cookies and cream, Greek yogurt bar, Yasso bar, that'll be dessert. So that is included in my macros for now. So let me go ahead and read off. So this final meal, including the Yasso bar, the broccoli, the little bit of olive oil spray. I considered 20 calories for olive oil spray, ground beef, chickpea pasta, all that good stuff. It comes out to be 797 calories. It is 84 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fat, and 79 grams of protein. I already know, just look at the protein, like my protein's probably 200 plus today. Let me go ahead and double check that because they have total macros at the bottom. Let's see, okay, yeah. So my goal was 2,500 calories. We're right around that. 2,439 calories for the entire day, 257 grams of carbs, 68 grams of fat, and 226 grams of protein. So yes, that is quite a bit of protein, probably more than I actually need, sitting at 165 pounds, but I naturally just get more protein in. I'd rather err on the safe side and get too much than not enough. But I think as the bulk goes on, we'll kind of see, because protein is pretty filling. If I need to maybe reduce my protein at all, maybe increase my fats a little bit, or my carbs, that'd probably be the first thing I would increase, would be my carbs. So maybe my post-workout protein shake turns into like a post-workout oatmeal bowl. So I do, like, instead of 2 scoops of protein and a banana, I'll do like oats, banana, and 1 scoop of protein, add more carbs in there. But also, I'll see kind of how I'm feeling once I get into the swing of things in the new year, routine-wise, energy-wise, and weight-wise, right? I want to slowly build up my weight, probably around 2 pounds per month for the next 4 or 5 months before I start that cut for the summer, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But before this gets cold, I'm going to dive in. If you guys do have any questions about the video, things coming up, let me know. Otherwise, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.